Rob and Lizz in the morning.
On his radio.
So there is an option, maybe instead of getting eggs, you could get pizza. Because, pizza. It's just pizza.
That's a very big difference.
It is a very big difference. But this, I don't know, I might choose an egg instead of this. It's from Digiorno, and it's a Thanksgiving pizza.
That could be good, though, with the gravy and turkey.
Gravy on my pizza. I guess if it replaces the sauce. Is that what it's doing? Because we don't need the pizza sauce and the gravy.
That would be a weird combo.
That would be.
I would agree with that.
But the problem to me is, and this thing has sold out. So I guess they had it.
Already?
Well, they had it last year and it sold out.
Oh, okay.
So now, and I think you could only get it online, but now it's like at Kroger. And, but it has cranberries. It has sweet potatoes on it. It has crispy onions, mozzarella and cheddar, cranberries, green beans, and turkey and gravy.
You just kind of described some people's food nightmare. You can't put your cranberry, you can't let your gravy get on your cranberry. You just can't do that. And, you have to combine certain foods for Thanksgiving together in your mouth, not all at one time. Yuck.
I got to agree. I don't like to mix. Now, turkey and dressing, those go together.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. But everything else, let me tell you what I saw over the weekend. Dollar Tree. You go and you get this plate that they have, and I think it's a serving tray, like more for a dip in the middle, but it's so that you can keep everything separate. And I think there's seven different compartments, so you can, if you're not somebody who wants everything to touch.
That's perfect for Thanksgiving.
I think so. They're not necessarily beautiful, because typically you might put out your better plates on Thanksgiving.
I like how the portions are big. Like I can put I don't need to go up for seconds because all the seconds and the thirds just on one thing.
It kind of is. Would you use this? I don't know if Scott would use this or not.
I don't mind the foods touching. I'm okay.
Son.
Yes, I don't mind that, but I can see a lot of people would gravitate to this and go for it. And I'm okay with it, too. I think it's a neat idea.
Jake, you were just having this conversation over the weekend.
I was. So normally I'm a cereal eater. And for those of you that don't know out there, cereal eaters, when you go around the plate eating something one by one instead of mixing it together. But I was having the conversation with my mom yesterday, and I told her the only time I'm not, when I will combine everything, is on Thanksgiving because I know everything I'm about to eat and what it's all going to taste like mixed together.
Okay. All right. So the reason you go one by one is because you're really not sure what everything's going to taste like.
Well, ironically, I don't know. I'm doing it until I get laughed at, so.
That's not
I get
normal?
that. You
To
do
eat
it
one
too?
by one? Yeah, I do that all the time.
Oh, my goodness.
I look at my plate and I figure out what I want to eat first, and it's always the vegetables. You eat the vegetables first. That way the good taste and stuff is the last thing you taste.
See, I'm just sort of whatever hits me. I'm like, okay, I'll have some chicken. And then, sure, I'll have some rice. Like, it's not.
You're the chaotic eater.
I am a chaotic eater. That is for sure. We're going to the open mic on the My HISRadio app.
I'm with Scott. I would definitely try that pizza out. So I'm going to the same place anyways.
I don't mind my Thanksgiving stuff touching. I really don't want to touch my my dessert, but other than that, the main dish can mix with the sides and stuff. I don't care. It's good.
Yeah, you don't want the gravy on the pecan pie. That's pretty gross.
Holly texted and said, I enjoy mashed potatoes, green beans, and mac and cheese mixed together in a roll. So it's like a sandwich.
It's like a science project. Okay, here we go. Back to the open mic feature, and I'm going to need Scott to pay attention to this one.
I have a cousin who is hands down the worst Thanksgiving eater. He will get his pumpkin pie with whipped cream and pour gravy on it. Ugh.
Okay, what is wrong with this person? No, just kidding.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my. Would you do that? Because Scott is the guy who likes to mix a lot of things on the Thanksgiving
I like the
plate.
foods I love Thanksgiving food. It's my favorite meal, I think, of the whole year. Just the different textures, flavors, varieties. I don't mind them rubbing elbows, touching, but that I'll draw the line at. I will not pour gravy on pie.
Rob and Lizz in the morning.
On His Radio.
I have 3 carved pumpkins that are sitting on the front porch, and now what do you do with them?
Oh, are they rotting?
They are starting to rot, yes, as a matter of fact. I know. And my husband went to the landfill. We don't have trash service where we live, way out in the country. And so he takes it off. And he didn't think about and I didn't think about it either. So, yeah, they're sitting there rotting. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I know.
They'll smelly. And then the critters will come up.
I know.
Oof.
But maybe that's a good thing. That's recycling.
I mean,
In a way. So what do you do with pumpkins?
See, what I've done in the past is some friends will have a party and launch them in a cannon in the backyard.
That is so much fun.
And they'll explode.
And then you're not really recycling, but if you do have critters out there, they will, like we have
They'll
deer.
enjoy it.
I think deer would eat pumpkin, wouldn't they?
I think so.
I would think so. Or the rabbits. Maybe eat pumpkin. What I did is I took, when we were carving and you got the innards and all that, of course, I didn't give them the pumpkin seeds, but we gave them what we carved out. I roasted the pumpkin for a little while till it got soft, and then I fed it to the puppies.
Oh, did they enjoy it?
Oh, my goodness. Charlie absolutely loved it.
Went nuts.
Copper was kind of okay with it,
Yeah.
But Charlie loved it.
Aw.
I mean, she was trying to eat what we were scooping. I'm sorry, what Luke was scooping out because his girlfriend and I just sat back and watched all of that happen.
Right.
But I hear you can donate and give it to pigs as well, like on farms.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of different places and farms. You gotta kind of have to Google and research what's closest to you where you live. But farmers are saying, hey, want to find a place to send your pumpkins, send them to us because the animals can eat them.
Okay. That's a good idea. I never would have thought about it.
Me either.
And if you haven't carved them, they'll probably last a little while longer. But if you've carved them before they start molding, because I don't think they really, I don't know for sure, but I wouldn't think that you would take moldy pumpkins to the farms. They may not appreciate that. Even the pigs have. They're like, excuse me, no.
Throw your old pumpkins into the woods somewhere. Deer like to eat them.
Okay. And see, that's what we were saying is possibly deer, rabbit. Not that I want to encourage fox in my, or coyote in my yard. But Scott, what do you think?
Well, I don't know if you have access to a hippopotamus or not, but the best pumpkin disposal system.
We want one for Christmas. Sorry.
The best pumpkin disposal system is a hippopotamus. There's this video going around where the zookeepers just chunk these giant gourds into their mouths, and their giant jaws and teeth just come down on it. And it's like one of those garbage trucks, that crunches everything. And it's just like you can't turn away. It's like mesmerizing watching these hippos down these pumpkins. So maybe if there's a zoo around with a hippopotamus, we'll just take all of our pumpkins over there.
But you know what? That is so right, because anytime I run across an animal that's eating anything online, I'll sit and watch it. Like a little squirrel that's just turning around, or is it a gopher that's got like the lettuce leaves or something, and they're just, and it's just the cutest.
I saw that one too.
Cutest thing. But what do we do with these pumpkins?
So every year I have good intentions when I'm carving a pumpkins to roast the seeds and eat them, but it never happens. They go bad. But I got a text from Kathy. She said chickens live to eat the pumpkins, but what they do is they put seed in a shape of a face and get them to peck a little face, and then they eat the rest of the pumpkin. So they make the decoration and then they eat the rest.
So the chickens are actually the carvers of the pumpkin as well. Okay, so a little artistic move there.
And Teresa said, put the pumpkin in a patch of dirt and you grow your own pumpkins for next year.
We do have a lot of seeds like right at our front porch right now, because while my son was scooping them out, we didn't pick up all the seeds, and I did think about that. I'm like, we're going to have a pumpkin patch next year. Ashley texted 800-447-7234 and said, you could have a pumpkin smash party. I know. So it is his radio mornings along with Scott Ninja and Liz. So we're talking about what you do with the pumpkins that are either left over or, it is that time of year where we're decorating with a lot of pumpkins. We're cooking with a lot of pumpkins. What do you do with them?
Some texts, or a lot of texts, are coming in
Yeah.
about this. Becky said animals will eat them, and it's a natural laxative for them.
What? Okay, we
So,
don't need.
I mean, you gotta kind of weigh if you want to use that or not with your pets.
I mean, if they're outdoor pets, sure. The deer, I'm not really worried about that so
Right.
much. But now I'm thinking, I roasted pumpkins for my dogs. They're indoor dogs. Mm-hmm. I didn't notice anything out of the way or hinky, so.
Yeah, I guess if your puppy's having trouble.
Yeah, if you need to move things along, okay,
Right.
possibly.
And Sarah said that they use theirs for target practice.
Oh, no, that sounds like fun.
Mm-hmm.
No, that sounds like, okay, because it could be bow and arrows, slingshots. It could be a little bit of anything, right,
BBs.
Scott? Yeah, maybe.
Paint.
Absolutely.
Oh,
And
yeah.
You can always give your pumpkins to hippopotamuses. That would be the one thing I want to do. But I like anything that can smash them, whether it's a hippo or just, like a big hammer. I don't know. I like
Sledgehammer.
A
Take a
cannon.
Sledgehammer, yeah.
A cannon.
A slingshot.
You know
Yes,
what?
Just
Scott, we need to investigate if Ninja has a cannon.
Rob and Liz in the morning.
On his radio.
There is a boss, and he's always in charge of the interview process and the new hires. And he has a trick or a plan to see if he's going to hire somebody.
Ooh,
Or
let
not.
us in on the deets.
I know. And it's not even, do you have the right qualifications, the personality that may work with the team? He serves them a drink during the interview process, whether it's water, tea, coffee, whatever the case may be. And at the end of the interview, if they do not pick up the cup and offer to wash it, he doesn't hire them.
I thought you were going to say if they drink during the interview.
No.
No.
To me, that's entrapment almost. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm going to put it out there, but if you take a drink, but yeah, he's like, will they go the extra mile?
That makes sense. Because, if you're not the type of person who's willing to wash a cup,
True that.
maybe you're not the right person. Maybe you're not a team player,
Yeah, and that's huge. I know that, there are some that say, I was hired for this job. I'm staying in this lane and this is all I'm doing. And so if I see a dirty cup or I see a piece of trash on the floor, that's really not my lane.
I think it's like a movement or a trend now that it's like, if I wasn't hired for that, then no,
Not
thank
doing
you.
it?
You got to pay me more.
Oof. See, and I don't know, I feel like Scott and I especially, and I really do feel like Ninja's in this as well, kind of old school in a way, that if it needs to be done, I will do everything I can to do it.
I'm going to be honest. Starting out, I was like,
Yeah? And then what
And-
made you change?
I guess, how long have I been working in general? Maybe 6 years I've been working since I graduated. And I think it was just over time and be working with other people who are team players and being like, okay, I enjoy working with them. I want to be like them. I want to be a team player as well. But at first I was very much like, nah, you hired me for this. It's very much clock in, clock out.
Yeah.
Mindset, but now it's more of a ongoing, let's be a team player, think about it outside. Whereas before I was like, you text me about work after hours? Pff, bye, block you.
Block you. That's hilarious. But yeah, it is kind of an evolution, I think. But the first job that I had in radio, they wanted me to, the first, I will say, real job. They wanted me to stock toilet paper and paper towels for the owner of our company that would come to town. And honestly, I was like, sure. Like, you're going to pay me? Okay. Like, I don't want to clean the potty, but I will if I need to because I wanted to work there so much. Scott, does that sound like, where were you?
Same thing. First few radio jobs, I'm like, foot in the door. What can I do? I'll do this. I'll work these hours. Or you may run to the store and grab some supplies for the station. What do you want me to do? Yeah, I was all about that. And I don't think that is as common today as it was a number of years ago.
Yeah, and I think, I don't feel like it's elitist. I don't think and it may be a trend, but it may just be a mindset of when you first get in, this is the way you understand a job, that I was hired to be whatever the job description is, and this is where I'm going to stay. Now, if you ask me, if you come to me and say, Liz, I want you to be the webmaster, I'm going to go, okay.
I heard a story that Truett Cathy from Chick-fil-A used to scrunch up a piece of paper and throw it on the floor outside of the door before people would come in for an interview. And then he would take note if they bothered to pick it up before they came inside. Just little things that will kind of show people's character, right? Have a blessed day, everyone.
All right, thank you. You too. So that is Truett Cathy. I mean, Chick-fil-A started Chick-fil-A, and this is what he would do just to sort of vet people.
Yeah, see, I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I would pick it up because my thought is like, that's nasty.
Well,
like, give me some pliers and I'll reach it. I'll throw it away.
What you can do, because I have seen this, and if it's a Kleenex, a tissue of some sort, something like that, I'm not really putting my fingers on it either. So I will find a paper towel and pick it up with that, or toilet paper, whatever you have. But yeah, I'm more likely to be one to pick it up. But at the same time, somebody might be nervous and be so focused on the interview at hand that they just either don't see it or they're just like not thinking.
Right.
So
I get it. Frank texted and said that the term that people can use is, they say, that's not in my job description.
Oh my.
As an excuse not to do something.
Yeah, and Scott's shaking his head like no.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
that's a lack of flexibility. I think you need to be like more of a team player. When you say that, that's like that would rub me the wrong way if I was hiring.
It would me as well. In fact, there was a slight chill that went up my spine.
Rob and Liz in the morning.
On His Radio.
Pretty sure my nose hairs are singed. That is so nasty. Oh my goodness. It's His Radio Mornings, Ninja Scott and Liz. And we were I just can't not talk about this. So Ninja made eggs. And I don't like eggs anyway. I eat them because I know they're good for me, but they're gray. I said, Ninja, why are they gray? And what was your first response?
I don't know.
But yet, she was eating them. I don't know why my eggs are gray, but I'm going to go ahead and eat them.
They didn't start out that way.
No, they didn't.
So I was
okay.
Like, maybe it's just the microwave did it.
But then you threw in some basil.
Some almond milk.
To make them
flavored,
fluffier.
Yeah, to make it fluffier.
And
garlic in there.
Right. And Scott has some ideas of some other things you could throw in there.
I don't know, like some bacon. Bacon always makes things better. Maybe that would help with some of the smell. Gray. Yeah. Maybe that's did you put black pepper in it?
I did.
I've never, Scott.
Maybe that's why.
No, Scott. Scott is wrong. If you put black pepper in some eggs, they're not going to be great.
The little basil leaves, maybe it's like a green tint.
Okay, so we're thinking maybe eggs and bacon, because that is not. That's like.
You pour some gravy on it?
Green eggs and ham.
That's like something else. I don't know.
Green eggs and ham looking like green eggs and cholera.
No.
Rob and Liz in the morning.
On His Radio.
As kids, become a little more self-aware and aware of their surroundings and their family. I love it. They become selfless. So there was someone, I saw this on TikTok, Instagram, something. They were asking kids about Christmas. Like, what are the things that you want for Christmas? And then the kids told them. And then things took a turn.
This year for Christmas, what are you hoping to get?
A trophy case.
What do you think your mom or dad want for Christmas?
My mom would probably want a ring. She's never really had a ring.
The catch is that you can either get a gift for yourself, or you can pick a gift for your mom and dad. What gift do you pick?
I gotta go with the ring.
And they asked probably 10 or 15 different kids this question. And at the end of it all, every one of these kids, and these are kids that have struggles in their lives. There's not a lot of money in the family. Some of them were even in a state of homelessness.
Oh, wow.
And so they were, there were Xboxes, and this kid wanted a trophy case, and, because I guess he plays football and some of the sports. And at the end of it all, every single one of those kids chose the gift for their mom or dad.
Every single one?
Every single one of them.
Oh, goodness.
I know. And it was just so heartwarming, And this time of year, through the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's more top of mind to think of others. There, more donations are done this time of year, more giving. And I know it's the time of the year and you get the tax write-off and all those things, but it really comes from a good place in the heart.
Yeah. And for a kid in want and need themselves to be like, I'm going to get this for my parent instead, that's huge.
It is huge.
Rob and Lizz in the morning.
On His Radio.
I love what they're doing at this one school in Cincinnati. It's high school. And they, are at the end of their football season, basically, because high school sports or football is just about over. And so what they're doing is they are giving their jerseys to their teachers.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I know.
I love that. And it's just not just like random teachers. It's the ones that impact their lives, make a difference. So I guess like their favorite teachers.
Yeah. And I think it is. The ones that I've watched, it's all over social media and everything. They're saying the reasons why they're giving them their jerseys. Because that's a big thing for an athlete to give that jersey away, especially these are seniors that are doing it. And so this is the last time they're going to have these jerseys, but they're going to the teacher, like, as Ninja said, that made the biggest impact, but they're sharing why as well. You've been there. There was one I actually saw on the news over the weekend, and the guy was saying, she's been there with me. I've had some struggles this year and the past couple of years, and she's been there for me through it all. If I need to talk, she's there. If I need help with homework, she's there. And so they're really honoring their teachers in that way. And the teacher even went on to say, it's halfway through the year almost, and this gave me the strength to kind of go on because it's hard.
It's so hard for teachers. I don't think people really, because they're like, that's teachers. That's what you went to school for. That's what you're choosing to do.
That's your job, yeah.
Yeah, but like it's hard. They do so much work, and I have some friends who are teachers, and they're like, it doesn't stop when I leave the schoolhouse.
No, it doesn't, because you're still getting emails, phone calls, text, even from some of the parents.
Grading.
Yes, and some of the parents are upset. Some of the parents just need extra help, and then you've got meet the teacher nights, and you've got all the different things that you're involved in, and then you've got the bus line and the car rider. I mean, there's so much to it, and grading papers, and you're also sometimes a counselor and even a daycare center, depending on the age that you have, and you're tending to little hearts and things that the kids are going through. So,
and I'm sure that senior that walks in the door and you see that jersey come in, you're like, oh, and they chose me.
Rob and Lizz in the morning.
On His Radio.
Sometimes your kids will tell TMI, just too much information, like in Sunday school, to the teacher, in class, someone in the grocery store, the cashier, like it doesn't matter. They will just tell what's going on in your life. So I ran up on this, and I had to share this because Ninja has baby Ollie, who's basically 4 months old.
Yeah.
And not talking yet, but he will be sharing your life.
I'm sure it'll come.
It will definitely come. So what happened in this situation, Mom is pre-gaming for her colonoscopy.
Oof.
She's prepping.
Oof.
And so if you've had or had anyone in your life that has had a colonoscopy, we understand what pre-gaming means. So she has two little friends. This little girl answers the door because two of her little friends have now asked her to play, and here's how the conversation goes.
She started already. Oh, it's bad. One of them is home, but she's gonna poop like crazy, okay? No, I'm not shocked. It's not funny. So you can't play? Well, I can ask.
She just lays it all out on the line that she's going to be pooping like crazy.
It's like, so that means you can't come play with us?
Well,
Is that what that means?
I can ask. But I love that the little girl is there for emotional support for her mother.
It's going to be bad.
It is going to be bad. And then she scolded them.
Don't
laugh.
It's not funny.
It's not funny.